Your base had to be what in a parallelogram?
Perpendicular.
Which of these could be a base? Which side can be a base?
The bottom.
Any of them, right? You can use any side as a base, but your height has to be what?
The side.
Perpendicular. It's not necessarily a side. It's a side in a rectangle, right? Max, put your iPad away. So your base can be any side. Okay? Your height must be perpendicular. Okay? Base can be any side. Your height must be perpendicular. So if you're looking for a base and a height in a triangle like this, the triangle itself right now is this. Okay? We're trying to find the area of this figure. Which number can be your B?
10.
The 10, okay? Technically, there should be a little box in this corner too. You can go ahead and put that box in. The only length that is a side of the triangle right now is the 10. So this has to be your B. Sometimes it's tempting to say your base is 14, but that 14, 10 plus 4 is not a side of the triangle. The side of the triangle is just this chunk, okay? So just be careful with that. So B is 10. If that's your base, what is perpendicular to that?
6.4.
The 6.4. So that has to be your height, okay? So you have your base and your height, and you have your formula. So we're going to say the area equals 1/2 times what? 10, the base, times 6.4. Okay, so if you plug that into your calculator, and you can plug it in exactly like that, 0.5 times 10 times 6.4. I recommend 0.5. You can do 1/2. That's up to you. It is 32. 32 what?
Feet squared.
Feet squared. Okay.
Yes.
Stop.
Can I clap like this though?
Okay, no, we're not clapping.
But it's not like clapping, it's like thudding.
Well, your thudding is a little obnoxious.
What about?
Look at this next triangle.
That hurts my knuckles though.
We want the area of this triangle. Now, we said your area is 1/2 BH. What numbers could be B right now?
Any of them.
Any of them.
Any of them. Can
Any
be
side of your triangle can be your
Any
B.
of them can be B.
But your height has to be what?
Perpendicular.
Perpendicular to it. So if you need things that are perpendicular, do you recognize these numbers? 5, 12, 13?
Oh, are those the ones that like a squared?
It's a Pythagorean triple, right? A squared plus B squared equals C squared. So that means this is a right triangle. Even though they didn't mark it for us, we know it's a right triangle. So if that's a right triangle, then what is your base?
12.
12 would be a good one. You could also use 5, right? Because 5 has something perpendicular to it. But let's use 12 for now. What is your height?
5.
Perpendicular to the 12 is a height of 5. So your area of that triangle is 1/2 times the base, which is 12,
30.
times the height, which is 5. And when you plug that into your calculator,
It's 30.
30 what?
Centimeters squared.
Area is always squared. Okay? Questions on that?
Well, these notes are short.
Okay, now we're going to put it together. We're going to put together what we did yesterday and what you just learned with triangles. And we're going to find the area
We forget about yesterday's lesson.
of this whole thing. Well, I believe that you can bring it back right now. So here's what I need you to think about. we don't have a formula for the area of a house on its side, right? There is no formula for this shape that you see.
I thought this was
What do you
like a
suppose you should do?
drill. Like proportion.
Oh, fire department?
No.
We like Fortnite.
That's not a
Break it into two different parts, maybe? What is this? What shape is this?
It's a rectangle.
This is a rectangle. And what shape is this?
Triangle.
A triangle. Okay, so basically what you're going to do is the area of the rectangle plus the area of the triangle. Okay, add them together when you're done finding their areas. So let's start with the rectangle. Give me the formula for area of a rectangle.
It's 12 times 5.
Base times height, right? BH is the area of the rectangle. What's the area of a triangle? Formula.
16.
Without numbers. 1/2
Times B.
base times height, right? So you're taking this plus this. So we just have to figure out what are the base and the height for these two different figures. They're not the same base and they're not the same height, okay? So let's start with the rectangle.
Oh, I know how to do this.
Area of the rectangle is what Forrest just said. Your base is what? Of the rectangle. The 12, okay? The length of a side. Could you use the 5 as your base?
Yeah.
You can, okay? They just have to be perpendicular, and in a rectangle, they are perpendicular. So 12, what's your height?
5.
Times 5
60.
is 60. Okay, so that's the area of the rectangle. Then we find the area of the triangle. This one requires a little extra thought. Do you know the side of your triangle at all?
Yeah, 5.
5. The only one we know is this one right here. Okay,
4.
so that is 5 because this is 5. That's going to be your base.
And 4.
Okay, how do you get the 4?
You subtract 12 from 16.
Right, if this whole distance is 16 and this piece of it is 12,
I didn't even see that.
then this piece right here
How did you not see it?
would be 4, right? You just go 16 minus 12. So 4 is the height of your triangle. So let's find the area of the triangle. What do you do?
Base times height.
That's a rectangle, 1/2, right? So 1/2 times your base of 5 times your height of 4, which is what? One half times 5 times 4?
5 times 4 is 20, times 1/2 is 10.
Mm-hmm. So what is the area of that figure?
70.
Add them together. 60 plus 10. Oops, plus 10, not plus 70. So 70 what?
Centimeters squared.
It's an area, so square centimeters. Okay? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put several triangles on the board. You don't have to come up. I'm just gonna put several up there, and you guys are gonna tell me which one is your B and which one is your H.